Hey there, savvy marketers. Are you tired of pouring your hard-earned cash into Facebook ads without seeing the results you crave? What if I told you that I've discovered a game-changing strategy that can skyrocket your sales? In today's video, I'm revealing the best Facebook ad strategy that top marketers are using right now. Stick around because by the end, you'll have everything you need to transform your ad campaigns and boost your profits. Let's dive in. All right, so let's look at the flowcharts for your Facebook ads. And this one specifically is to give you a good context and understanding of how the Facebook ad sort of ecosystem really works. So just kind of taking a look here, obviously at the very top is the Facebook ad account. This is the thing that connects all of your pieces in your Facebook world. And then your ad account is where you're going to be doing your business, running your ads, managing your ads, adjusting bids. You'll spend most of your time in here. But just so you understand how all these pieces really fit in, before you can do anything on Facebook, you have to have a profile. This is your personal account. So just know that everything you do in Facebook, you'll always be doing with your Facebook profile. And then specifically, if you're either running ads for your business or for another business, then that business needs to have a Facebook page. A page is sort of the account, if you will, for a business. So you've got a Facebook profile, which is your personal, your Facebook page, which is your business. These are going to all be connected in the Facebook business account, and then the Facebook business account is above your Facebook ad account. And I will mention really quickly is that while you do not need to have Instagram, it is highly recommended. And you will also connect your Instagram account via your Facebook account. And it will automatically, if you share it in here, will automatically be shared in your Facebook ad account. So hopefully you can go through the checklist and get all this stuff done. I just want to really reiterate that so it's very clear how these things work together. But when it comes to the actual Facebook ad account, as you should already know, there are 3 different levels in the ad account. There's the campaign level, the ad set level, and then the ads themselves. So when you really think about the organizational structure of these, obviously, campaign is the highest. This is where you're going to just basically pick your objective, what you're trying to achieve. You might set your budget here, and know that you can obviously have as many campaigns as you'd like, but each campaign can have as many ad sets as you'd like. So, as you can see here, this campaign has 2 ad sets. This one has 3, and this one has 1. Really, especially with our marketing team, as much money as we spend on advertising, we've got campaigns that have dozens and dozens of ad sets because each of these ad sets is going to have a unique target audience. Okay? So there's other things you do here, like you set the placement of the ad, where you want the ad to appear, and you could do a few other things as well. But the primary purpose of these ad sets are the actual targeting and who your audiences are. So just know that you can have many ad sets per ad campaign, and that each ad set will be unique to a particular ad campaign. Now here is the thing I really want to drive home with this illustration. So while each of the ad sets live specifically with a campaign, if you notice we've got this ad set has ad A and B, and then this one has ad A, meaning that this is actually the same exact ad as this. And you'll see that ad A is over here and ad A is over here. And then ad B is in a couple places as well. And this is something that even professional advertisers kind of miss this. They think that every time they create a new ad set, they need to create new ads for that ad set. And that couldn't be further from the truth. What you really want to make sure that you do in order to maximize your engagement, your social proof. Because, for example, if you were to run out of here and then create a new ad for this ad set, what would happen is you'd get likes for this ad and you'd get likes for this ad, and they would be separated. So you wouldn't be able to accumulate to the likes and the comments and the social proof. And when you're advertising on a social network like Facebook, that's a really big deal. So just know that, and we'll teach you how to do this in the manual and in other places. Just really wrap your head around the fact that while each campaign is unique and each campaign has separate ad sets, these ad sets can share audiences, just so you know. So, for example, ad set 1.1 and ad set 1 or 2.1 could have the same audience. It could be a saved audience, which you'll learn how to do. It's still a separate ad set. These can be the exact same ad showing up in multiple ad sets. Okay, so I think we're clear on that. Let's go to your next flowchart. And what this one is really kind of a high-level strategy of how to think about Facebook advertising. So you'll see here the cold audiences, warm audiences, and hot audiences. And just to be clear, these are not terms that you'll hear in Facebook, but it's just to help you think about how you want to first of all target people. These are audience details, so the targeting. And then also the overall strategy that you want to take with these groups of people. So to look at the cold audience, this is going to include people that you're really going after that you have no relationship with whatsoever. So you're going to do things like go after certain demographics. Maybe you want to go for a particular age or gender, certain interests. You want to find people who like basketball. And then this will also include lookalike audiences. If you're not familiar with lookalike audiences, what you could do here is you could say, hey, I want to find people who are similar to people who might have bought a product from me. And what's great is the bigger that your ad network gets, the more advertising that you do and the more data that's collected with your pixels, the more you're able to create quality lookalikes. Just remember that Facebook will always get better at targeting as you go. All right? So these are just all cold audiences that you have no relationship with whatsoever. So what you'll often want to do is not only target these different groups, but you want to exclude other groups that you've got down here. So, for example, if you've got a hot audience, and just to kind of jump ahead here, maybe a hot audience is somebody who's abandoned the cart they started buying, but they didn't, or a product buyer. You don't necessarily want to serve them the ads that are just, introducing yourself and very just general. So what you'll probably want to do is exclude your warm and your hot audiences from these cold audience campaigns here. So in regards to what's your overall strategy when you're looking at cold audiences, you could really test a lot of different audiences and a lot of different creatives. It's really about throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. You're going to optimize most likely for leads or for sales. We do have some more advanced techniques that we teach you. To get that, you just need to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell, okay? So that's going to be most of the time you're going to be looking for those sort of conversions. And just a quick tip here, depending on what you sell, realize that if you sell high-ticket items, it might be difficult to optimize for sales at first because you might not get enough sales to give Facebook data to be able to correctly optimize. So you might want to start by optimizing for leads or, some sort of variable, some step in the sales process if you're not getting enough sales to actually give Facebook the data they need to optimize. And you also want to show ads with less frequency. And, in the marketing world, less frequency still means very frequent, but you don't want to necessarily chase people who haven't shown an interest. All right, moving on to warm audiences. So with warm audiences, we're talking about people who have engaged with your ads, people who have clicked on your ads, people who follow your page, or people who visit your website. And really, your website, depending on how your funnel is designed, could have several steps. So you could break it down to people who visited a particular page or finished any sort of action that you want. But the bottom line is with this is that we'll teach you how to create these audiences. A lot of it is pixel data. A lot of it is Facebook data. It's actually a very, very easy thing to do. And what you might want to do when you're targeting these warm audiences, people who have engaged but haven't necessarily bought, is maybe exclude particular products. So if you're selling, widget A, you probably don't want to continue to advertise widget A to the people who have already purchased. Maybe you do, but these are just strategies, and it's really important that as you see this, that you don't feel like you've got to do it exactly like this. If you can just wrap your head around this and use this as a basis to work from, even if you don't do this right away, it's okay, right? This is a little bit more advanced stuff, but it's really good to truly understand it. So when we talk about our strategy when it comes to warm audiences, we always want to make sure to give them social proof and testimonials. So as much as we can, they've shown an interest. Now we want to really go. We always want to optimize for sales here. Okay? These are the people that we want to get to buy. They've raised their hand. They might have, liked your page or clicked on a link. So we want to go for the sale, and anytime we can give them, any kind of testimonial or proof or whatever it is. And I'll tell you a really good tool to do that is one of the ad types. When you get to the very end, when you look at the creative, it'll ask you, do you want to add a single image or do you want to add a video? And then there's another type which is called a carousel. And a carousel is cool because you can actually load up a bunch of different images or a bunch of different videos. So if you happen to have some testimonials, for example, you could create a carousel so people could scroll through 5 or 6 or 7 different testimonials and give you some more sort of social proof and make your ads more engaging. So with their warm audiences, you want to show your ads more frequently because, hey, they already raised their hand. Why not show the ad and don't be shy with it? Okay, so once they've gone from warm to hot, these people are on fire. Who are these people? People who buy products or abandon carts. And you might say, well, why would you advertise to somebody who buys a product? Because people who buy products buy products. As obvious as that might sound, these are the best people in the world to advertise to, especially if you have add-on products or upsells or back-end services or whatever it might be. So with your hot audiences, you want to have more customized campaigns. So you're going to have a smaller audience here, obviously, right? These are only people who have taken a very particular action. So you want to just make sure that you're speaking directly to them. And it's just so very simple and targeted. It's for people who started checking out but didn't finish buying, and you'll see how effective it truly is. So we're going to send this to targeted landing pages whenever possible. So don't send them to your generic website. Make sure that they're going to the exact right page to finish the transaction. And we want to, whenever possible, if we've got product buyers, what a good practice is if you can continue to show them, even if you're not selling, even if you're just showing them something that's like, hey, here's somebody that got the product, put it into use, right, and had a really great experience, or you're bringing them into your world and your community. Something to help them connect with your brand. So really, that's kind of very high-level strategy, remembering that, of course, at first, everybody's cold. It's going to take a little bit of time, but once you've invested some time and some money, you'll start to get people who engage with your ads. And then eventually, you'll get more and more people who buy products and abandon carts, and you'll be able to grow this whole thing out. I think the important thing to remember is the hot audiences obviously are going to convert the best. They're also going to be the most expensive, but they're more than worth it. Because the smaller your audience, the more targeted your audience, the more you pay for the traffic, but the higher that it converts. This is where you'll spend most of your time and energy and just keep moving down the track. And there you have it. That's the powerful Facebook ad strategy you've been waiting for. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insider tips. Got questions or want to share your own success story? Drop a comment below. I love hearing from you. Now, take what you've learned and start maximizing your sales today. Until next time, keep hustling and happy marketing.